Well, the Las Vegas man arrested outside a Southern California Trump rally over the weekend is speaking out tonight. And thanks so much for joining us after the game. I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Joe Moeller. Authorities claim they could have possibly stopped another assassination attempt. Vem Miller was arrested after firearms and ammunition were found in his car. I talked to him just a short time ago. He says he is a Trump supporter and would never try to assassinate the former president.
Your reaction to what took place over this weekend?
As far as what took place this weekend, all the allegations made by the sheriff and his deputy are demonstrably false, completely false, provably so. In fact, I have evidence with me right now that would indicate to be so. I'd be happy to share that with you. I mean, the only thing that happened is what I do when I go to all these rallies, and which is to respectfully let the police know that I'm carrying lawfully firearms in my trunk.
Well, Miller says he didn't realize the laws in Riverside County, where he was arrested, were different than here in Nevada. He says he was cited for 2 misdemeanors, having the magazine of his gun in the chamber and due to the type of barrel on his gun. Miller runs a political news website and says he has had death threats made against him, and that is why he was carrying those firearms. He says he didn't have fake IDs and says he didn't do anything illegal with the vehicle he was driving. He says he never had to pay bail to even leave jail.
You yourself a Trump supporter, right?
Oh man, 100% so, and for a very long time, demonstrably so. Yeah, I mean that assassination attempt nonsense is basically a sheriff that wants to run for governor. He wanted to use this as to make himself look like a hero. They didn't cite me for fake passports, but they're making fake passport allegations, or saying that I had fake passports. They're saying I threatened to kill the president, verbally speaking. There's no evidence of that. That's just.
We don't have comment from the sheriff at this time, but Miller believes his name has been dragged through the mud and he plans on taking legal action next. And some who know Vem Miller are expressing disbelief in what happened.
Earlier, I also spoke with Steve Sanson, who knows Miller very well. He says he spoke to Miller right after he got out of jail.
I was shocked because this is not the person I know would do anything close to that.
Steve Sanson says he knows Vem Miller pretty well and has had him on his Veterans in Politics podcast several times. You see them here. Miller, who was a 49-year-old Las Vegas area resident, was detained over the weekend outside a Southern California Trump rally. Riverside County Sheriff claiming they stopped an assassination attempt after firearms were found in Miller's car. Sanson doesn't believe it.
Vem Miller loves President Trump. I mean, he canvassed for him. He's one of the canvass captains. He was invited by the Trump team to come to California.
He tells me he spoke to Miller after he walked out of jail following his arrest and says Miller told him he only received a citation and was released.
He told the officers he had weapons in the car. The only thing that he did wrong was because the laws are different between California and Nevada. In California, you have to separate the magazine from the weapon, okay, to be in your vehicle legally. In Nevada, the magazine could be in the weapon. So that was the only thing that he did wrong.
He says Miller runs his own online political news site called America Happens and also makes documentaries. Sanson claims he had the shotgun, handgun, and ammunition in the trunk because of safety concerns following death threats. Sanson says Miller had multiple identifications in the car because he had previously changed his name to run for state assembly, and Vem Miller is easier to say than his birth name. As for the vehicle not being registered,
the vehicle is not his. The vehicle belongs to his parents. He probably wasn't even aware that the vehicle wasn't registered.
I asked him what he thought about allegations made by the sheriff's office.
I think it's fake, it's false. I think that Riverside sheriff just wanted to go on TV. He wants to sue, and I advise him to sue, and I think that's what he should do.
And yesterday, the Secret Service released a statement stating the incident did not impact protective operations and the former president was not in any danger. They say while no federal arrests have been made, the investigation is ongoing.